Well, I want to open up to you guys because I know it's like time is flying, and I want to know if any of you have any questions. And yes.
You guys had these name actors in your. How was it that they became acquainted with your material, and how did you reach out to them?
It's not about me.
That's all
right, okay. So I'll go. That is all relational. My producing partner and best friend works for Gary Marshall, and then we did our first project. Gary acted in it for us through his huge favor, and then he put some of us in Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day, we met Hector, and then we pitched it. So it wasn't just a one-time thing. Jack Kay we got through some friends who are casting agents, and we got it to her through, again, another relationship. And she read it, and because of the content and because she just lost 2 friends to cancer, she just, yes. And there is a business, there's a strategy to, like, you kind of got to get a small plate spinning so that you can get to another plate spinning, so then you got to keep them all going and then shoot the film real quick before any of them crash. And then you have it. Because there's always a schedule and a thing, and that person said yes. We have another short film we've raised all the funds for, and it's our 3rd short, and it's for Emily, who is Greg's wife. A very good film in the content that we don't have anything like that. And we have to wait on some TV schedules for actors. And every time we get a yes, somebody says, "Oh, I can't do it." You're like, constantly playing the game back and forth. But it'll work out. Just keep. Anyway, that was to answer it. It's through knowing someone.
Yeah, exactly. With James Cromwell, a friend of our producer just happened to know him in passing at the gym, and he just walked up to him, approached him, and said, "We have this film about the Middle East conflict, about forgiveness. Would you care to take a look?" He said, "I'd love to." And so then he gave it to him, and he called me directly.
Wow.
And we had a very long discussion about the script, and then kind of figured we had him. Especially because I was very open to his suggestions, because he's a very wise man. And from the get-go in our conversation, I wanted to hear everything he had to say. And my belief system about that is great ideas can come from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
My only allegiance is to the best idea. It doesn't matter if it comes from me or the person in the corner. So that was a process during this whole film, and I think he really liked that, because I listened to him. Everything he said, he'd stop it on set. We'd have a quick council about the script, but I'd change things, So.
Yeah, and my suggestion is just like stay open to, you never know who you can meet and where the connections come from. And I do believe too, it's like if the message, as you said earlier, like if you're meant to do something, the universe will sort of provide. And the goal is to get really some of these big thought leaders to see some of these films and to support this as well. So sometimes it's just a matter of asking and being open to receiving it, and it is about connections, using your network, and that's why we're doing these events too. So you guys can all meet each other, connect on the projects that are meaningful to you, and find ways to synergize and bring them out in the world. So cool. Yes, Kurt.
I had 2 questions. First one is for Sharon.
Yes.
I was curious, you made a statement, something like your film didn't really catch fire on the festival circuit, and then you said over 2 million views?
Yes.
So, it's a huge number.
Yes.
So I'm just curious what the story is behind YouTube, if somebody got behind it, if that was purely viral, or how that happened. That's my first question. And then my second question for kind of everybody is, are any of you using Kickstarter, Indiegogo? If yes, how, and how's that worked out, et cetera?
As far as Change for a Dollar goes, it's funny. I submitted it to, you have your top tier, and then you have the middle, and then you have your lower ones. We got into a lot of lower ones, but I couldn't get into St. Louis Film Festival. I couldn't get into Palm Springs. I couldn't get into anywhere. Like, nobody really wanted it, but a lot of the smaller festivals played it, and we won awards there and everything. And I was like, okay, well, this is really expensive. And, it is. It's really expensive. No one's really watching it. It's you and your buddies sitting in there, with whoever else's film is playing. It's them and their buddies. And, it's like, okay, this really isn't working. And so I sat on the film for a little while, and I thought, well, I'll just put it on YouTube because I'm done with it. It's not going to go anywhere. And, maybe my friends will watch it. Because I thought, it's a good film. I didn't think it was I had no idea. And I put it on YouTube, And, like the people that were involved in the film, I had a great cast and crew, and they shared the film. And it just took off. And literally, like Gary and I'd be like, man, it's had 100 views, and then it was like, it's a 500. And I mean, like literally, you could just sit and just refresh and refresh and refresh, and it would just kept going on and on and on. And all these bloggers picked it up. And then they would put it on their blogs. And then, other people would put it on their blogs. And it was sharing on Facebook like crazy. And then Flickspire picked it up, and, a lot of churches picked it up. It was just, like wildfire. I mean, I couldn't sleep at night because I get up and just like, I was like on my phone, like checking the cast, because I had no idea. I never expected it. And I mean, we've played in every single country around the world, at least once. I mean, it's usually more than that, but next to the United States, it's like there was a big magazine in Canada picked it up, and like Zoomer Mag or something like that, but it was their #1 video for months. I mean, it was insane. I got emails and stuff from people from all over the world, and I had to use Google Translate to understand what they were saying, but they were all saying the same thing. And it was, just how simple it was. And it didn't matter whether you were religious or not. Of course, I got the religious nuts, and I'm sorry I'm rambling, but the story was simple. And so it didn't matter what language you spoke, because there's one line of dialogue in the entire film. So it didn't matter what language you spoke, it was understandable by everybody. And the message is worldwide. And so it was a simply amazing thing, and there was no way to recreate it. I didn't put it on one particular site that like, it didn't go on like, it didn't make it on Tumblr or anything. I mean, it might have, I don't know, but it wasn't on Reddit and Live Leak or all that. Anyway, there's no magic formula for it. I have no idea how it happened. It was just an amazing experience that I wish that I had been prepared for, because I would have taken advantage of it long sooner than I did.
And what was roughly the time period from 0 to say 1 million?
We put it up in September, and was it November? We hit our first million in November.
So did
2
it get
months,
featured on the homepage of YouTube?
I don't know. I don't know. It went. It was on the Google hot list for one day.
You guys didn't fan the flames at all. It just went.
It just went.
No advertising.
I don't know how to fan the flames. I don't know how to do anything.
No advertising. Yeah.
Was it on your own Google channel? I mean, YouTube channel, or just Google?
It was on my own YouTube channel, and then it just got shared from there. And I literally. I didn't mean to harass you.
You didn't. You are so
like, I'm
awesome.
literally, there are people
Everyone
every
wants to still
day.
see this film. That's what's so beautiful about it.
Yeah, every
you know?
day I get an email from somebody, or multiple people, or on our Facebook or whatever, saying, I really want to share the film. I really want to see the film. It's great. And then we used the film to try and raise money for the next film. We tried Kickstarter, Indiegogo, those kind of things. Didn't really work very well. Because I don't have a big, giant social network. I don't have 5,000 fans or friends or any of that. I'm kind of a I live in my little bubble kind of person, but yeah, those don't work for me. But I think if you had a large network and then they wanted to share it and all that, I think, it's just, my friends consist of other broke people. And I don't have friends that have lots of money, so.
But her next film does not need that much, and it's going to be that amazing. And that's the goal too, of like partnering in something like this, that we can start to collectively, get an audience where who these people are, leverage them, remarket to them. Like, it's all about that. 'Cause
I've
as
kept
you
a
said,
database though too. I've
is
got
smart.
a lot of
Super
names
smart.
of people that love Change for $1 and supported it. So yeah, I got that to fall back on, which is good.